Hola estudiantes! Hey there, Spanish learners! Are you ready to master basic Spanish sentence structure? Understanding how to form sentences in Spanish is essential for effective communication. Whether you're a beginner or just need a refresher, this video will help get your Spanish sentences right on track. I'm Levi Flint, and today we're diving into the basics of Spanish sentence structure. By the end of this video, you'll be able to form simple sentences with confidence. So grab your notebook, hit that like button, and let's get started with the basics. Let's first look at some basic foundational Spanish sentence structure. In Spanish, the most common sentence structure is similar to English. Subject, verb, object. SVO. Subject, the person or thing performing the action. The subject. The verb, el verbo. The action being performed. Object, the person or thing receiving the action. Let's look at a few simple sentence examples. Number 1, yo como una manzana. I eat an apple. Yo is the subject. Como is the verb. Manzana is the object. SVO. Number 2. Ella lee un libro. She reads a book. Ella is the subject. Lee is the verb, from the verb leer. And un libro, object. Again, SVO. Number 3. Nosotros bebemos agua. We drink water. Nosotros is the subject. Bebemos is the verb. Agua is the object. Let's look at some question formation. Forming questions in Spanish often involves inverting the subjects and the verb, or using question words. Let's look at some examples. Number 1. ¿Comes tú una manzana? Do you eat an apple? Comes is the verb. Tú is a subject, and una manzana is the object. Keep in mind though, and we'll talk about this soon, is that with tú, the subject, in Spanish, you can remove this. It's not always necessary. It's just really for emphasis. So, yo, tú, él, ella, nosotros, etc. Those are all subjects, and we can use them in sentences. We often hear them in sentences, but really it's for emphasis. So let's review that one more time. ¿Comes una manzana? Would be the question. Or you could say, for emphasis, ¿Comes tú una manzana? Number 2. ¿Qué lees tú? What do you read? ¿Qué is the question word. Lees is the verb. That's enough for the sentence. For emphasis, subject. Tú. ¿Qué lees tú? But most of the time you're just going to hear ¿Qué lees? ¿Qué lees? I'm reading Harry Potter. Okay. Let's look at some negative sentence formation. To make a sentence negative, simply add no before the verb. Let's see some examples. Number 1. Yo no como una manzana. I do not eat an apple. Go through this again. Yo is the subject. No como is the negative verb. Una manzana is the object. No como una manzana. Pretty easy, right? Number 2. Ella no lee un libro. She does not read a book. Ella is the subject. No lee, the negative verb. Un libro, the object. Let's now shift to some imperative sentences and see how those are created. Imperative sentences are used to give commands or requests. Here are some examples. Number 1. Come la manzana. Eat the apple. Come is the verb, is the imperative version of the verb. La manzana is the object. Okay? So, verb, object. Lee el libro. Read the book. Lee is the verb. El libro, object. All right, let's practice everything together here. I'll give you a subject, verb, and an object. Try to form a sentence using all of them. Ready? Vamos a empezar. Number 1. Tú, subject. Beber, verb. Agua, object. Make a sentence out of it. Tú beber agua. Okay, the sentence is, tú bebes agua. You drink water, right? Number 2. Nosotros is the subject. Escribir is the verb. Una carta is the object. Make a sentence out of this. Nosotros escribir una carta. Here's the sentence. Nosotros escribimos una carta. Pretty easy, right? Just remember, subject, verb, object, and you can do a lot. Number 3, ellos is the subject. Ver is the verb. La televisión is the object. Ellos ver la televisión. Okay, ready? Ellos ven la televisión. They watch TV. Okay, guys, we've covered a lot of ground so far in this lesson. Let's take a quick break to talk about the Unacademy Spanish app. It's quickly becoming one of the top apps that I'm recommending to my students right now, since it's very easy to use and follow along with. It's easier to understand. It has clear, easy to understand lessons, and it helps to hold you accountable by pushing you to maintain a daily learning streak. It doesn't matter if you have an iPhone or an Android. Make sure to download the Unacademy app today and get your Unacademy Spanish streak on. Okay, today we're going to be looking at your background.
Learning about your country of origin. España. España refers to the country of Spain, the birthplace of Spanish language. España.
España.
México. Did you know? In Spanish, we sometimes put words in a different order as compared to English. A simple example for this would be United States. In English, we say United States. However, in Spanish, it becomes Estados Unidos, the literal translation being States United.
Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos. Unidos Estados. Estados Unidos. Estados Unidos. To indicate your origin, simply use yo soy de, followed by the name of your country or city.
Yo soy de México.
Yo soy de México.
Yo soy de Estados Unidos.
Did you know? Soy and yo soy can be used interchangeably. Hence, you don't always have to add yo to say I am. You can directly start with soy.
This is exactly what I was saying earlier in today's lesson. We don't always have to have the subject, right? We can remove the subject. Yo, tú, él, ella. It's just for emphasis, okay? In Spanish, it's a little different from English. Soy de Estados Unidos, or yo soy de Estados Unidos. España.
Americana.
Americana.
Mexicano.
Mexicano.
México.
Mexico. Okay, with that, we wrap up today's Unacademy Spanish lesson. Let's move on and try forming more sentences with different subjects and verbs. I'll give you the components and you form the sentences. Number 1, yo is the subject, comprar the verb, pan the object. Form a sentence. Yo comprar pan. Pretty easy, pretty easy. Here's the sentence. Yo compro pan. I buy bread. Number 2, él is the subject. Escribir is the verb. Una carta, the object. Él escribe una carta. He writes a letter. Number 3, nosotros, subject. Vivir, verb. En México, object. Nosotros vivimos en México. Pretty easy, right? Great job. Let's keep practicing these structures of sentences to get more comfortable with forming Spanish sentences. If you've made it this far, then what are you guys waiting for? Make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our Spanish educational videos that we churn out for you guys every single week. Hasta la próxima lección. Adiós.